I recently tested 3 ways of getting Wi-Fi from my house to my detached garage about 60 feet away, and here's the data I collected. So for option 1, I simply connected to the Wi-Fi router in my house. At that router, the download speed was about 400 megabits per second, which I guess we'll call our best case scenario. Out in the garage, I ran a speed test in the furthest corner from the router and got a speed of only 9.3 megabits per second. This low speed makes a ton of sense because there's so many walls and obstructions for the signals to overcome to get all the way to the garage. So next I tried using a mesh system with the primary router in the same spot in the house and a node in the garage. The speed in the furthest corner was 47.2 megabits per second, about 5 times better than option 1. Streaming 4K YouTube videos on one iPhone only requires about 20 to 25 megabits per second, so this is more than sufficient. But since the electricians who trenched my electrical to the shop years ago included a Cat5e network cable, I wanted to see just how much speed was lost across a little over 100 feet of cable out to the garage. So for the final option, I connected the Ethernet cable on the house side to the router, coupled it with the shop Ethernet, added a junction box in the shop, wired a Cat5e keystone jack to the cable in the garage using a punch down tool, and connected the same exact router to the jack. I ran the speed test in the same spot and got a download speed of about 85, which was almost 2 times faster than that mesh system. So it might seem obvious that the wired connection would be faster, but it totally depended on the router I used in the garage, because at first I tried using an old slow router in the garage and it was only half the speed of the mesh system. An even better solution for the shop might be to set up the router in there as a Wi-Fi access point that broadcasts the same Wi-Fi signal from the house, but it uses Ethernet to do that, versus a second router that manages IP addresses and traffic for a second network. So if you're building a new detached building next to a building with an internet source, my recommendation is to go ahead and just run that network cable in the trench with the subpanel's electrical. It's really cheap to do and you'll be set if you ever want a hardwired connection. If you're working with an existing building, I would just go ahead with the mesh network and be done with it. And finally, if you're thinking to yourself, this guy's living in the dark ages without fiber internet, you may want to just go ahead and run fiber optic cable to your garage instead of Ethernet. I especially recommend this if the distance between your home and your garage is more than 100 meters, because that's about the limit for Cat5e, Cat6, and Cat6a, Cat7 cables. So I've reached the extent of my knowledge on this stuff. I'm not an expert, so I'm going to stop talking now, but I hope this helped you guys figure out how you're going to get internet to your detached garage. And if you're interested in turning your garage into your dream workshop, follow along for lots of insights as I do the same. Thanks for watching.